I'm Brandon from Honest Brothers, and today I've got sheet in my pants because I'm going to be talking about sheet products. I've been making a bunch of cabinet doors for my kitchen, so to break up the monotony of sanding and more sanding, I decided to make a video on sheet products. Holy sheet! So what is a sheet product? A sheet is just a sheet of wood, like a sheet of paper. These sheets can be found in pretty much any hardware store. They come in widths usually less than an inch and dimensions of 4 by 8 feet, 4 by 4 feet, and 2 by 4 feet. And some of the cabinet grade plywood sheets will be found in 5 by 5 foot. There are a lot of different options available for sheet products, some slightly different than others. In this video I'll go over 4 of the products that I really like to use commonly on different carpentry projects. The first here is plywood. Plywood is a lamination product which is made by taking the trunk of a tree and running it through basically a really big pencil sharpener. The sheets that result from the really fancy pencil sharpening are then taken, cut to rough size, oriented 90 degrees at each other, glued, and then pressed into a sheet until flat. The important part of that is the 90-degree orientation. Plywood was made to combat one problem, and that's wood likes to expand and contract. It does this due to the capillaries taking on moisture in the trunk of the wood. Wood can pretty rapidly expand out, but is pretty slow to grow up. So by orienting each layer 90 degrees from each other, we can prevent dimensional movement in the plywood. This makes it a great product for things that really need to keep their shape, like the sheathing on your roof, or the subflooring underneath your floor, or even cabinet boxes. And glue a really thin piece of wood on the outside of the plywood and you can make it look like it's a solid piece of whatever wood you want. And that's what the woodworking world calls a veneer. Another sheet product that you've probably heard of is called OSB, or Oriented Strand Board. OSB is created really similarly to plywood, except the massive pencil sharpener that makes the sheets makes strands instead of sheets. Those strands are then oriented much like the sheets in plywood, 90 degrees from each other, and then bound with a binding agent. OSB is generally used as a sheathing product found underneath your siding. Commonly, the binding agents are impregnated with formaldehyde for water resistance purposes, but because of this, they're only used as an external sheathing product and not commonly found indoors. It's also not commonly used as a fine woodworking product because, let's be honest, looks like sheet. And this is chipboard or particle board. And it's called that because it's literally made up of chips and particles. Those are bound together by a synthetic resin that makes this a pretty nice product. You can see that it's got a veneer on the outside. This product is commonly used in large-scale commercial furniture building, also cabinet building. These cabinets that are built out of chipboard are not generally considered as high of quality as plywood cabinets. The particles in particle board have voids in them, so they really like to soak up water and then hold water once it gets in there. Once the water starts reacting with the resin that's in the binding agent, and also the wood of the board, it likes to start to fall apart. Your piece of furniture or your cabinet will start disintegrating. And that's no bueno. The last product that I'm going to talk about is MDF, or medium density fiberboard. It's made out of really fine particles, so it shares a lot of the same weaknesses as particle board. However, since the particles are smoother, it is baby butt smooth. This is one that Ben would really enjoy laying on naked. MDF is really made to be painted, and it'll have a really high quality finish when it is painted. However, before it's painted, it really likes to chip and has absolutely dismal water resistance qualities. It's often used to build kitchen cabinet doors and fine furniture. And lastly, there's a product called MDO, or Medium Density Overlay. This combines the strength and weather resistance of plywood with the smoothness of MDF. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have an Honest Brothers Day.